Hello, everyone, and it's time for Dear Bombshell. We're going to get just a tad political. Not much. See this? Just a tad. I was at work tonight. I didn't get to hear all the statement. I just got through listening to the statement that Mr. Trump made. When you are the president, it is your duty to this country to unite us as a country, not turn us against each other. And this is the only thing I'm going to say. We have enough violence in the street, enough all of this anger and hatred, and you had a chance to stand up there and say, let every vote count. That's all I have to say. Good night. Or let every vote count. Let's not make this, well, there's a mail-in ballot and they just don't count because I'm not winning. Don't make this not matter to the men and women who have served in our great armed forces, and their families also serve, sir. And their votes are absentee. Do their votes, which are their voices, do not count? Is that what you're saying? Am I misunderstanding you? I think not. Gets me very heated and very passionate when it comes to our armed forces. My grandfather is a World War II veteran and he voted absentee. COVID is very, very, it's a hard issue for a lot of reasons. I won't rehash them. If you've watched my videos from the past, you know where I was going with that, and I don't want to get upset because I work today. All I'm going to say is it's time we stand together because love can build a bridge. And in our finest hour, we can do anything in our power. And yes, that's part of the Love Can Build a Bridge song by the Judds. I think he needs to listen to it. Anyway, I honestly have never, it blows my mind. I even noticed tonight that when, the president leaves office, he usually leaves a letter behind. Obama left you a letter behind. And I just wonder what letter you're going to leave behind when you leave office, sir. I'm going to leave it at that. You're the president. We all look up to you in your capacity. We expect better. We need better. This country deserves better. I hope you take that to heart. Now we're going to shelf the politics because we don't know the answer of who won what until probably who knows when. But anyway, because they're still counting. And I want all their voices heard. I want every vote counted. That's where I stand on that. But I am still hard at work on my Christmas art. You see now we've got Christmas trees. He's in a little box. Every snowflake is now painted and every bit of the wreath is now, I say painted, but the only part I used markers on was down here on the box. Everything else was all colored pencil. And that's standing out pretty well. My day went okay. My new Thanksgiving Day flag came. It's outdoors. I now have 3 Thanksgiving Day flags outdoors. I love to celebrate the holidays in case you haven't figured it out yet. They're just a wonderful time of either friends and family, or sometimes family who are friends and both. I'm blessed and I'm grateful. As we head towards Thanksgiving holiday, I hope that you take time and take a piece of paper and write thankful at the top, and preferably start this before Thanksgiving, and write down everything that you are thankful for that has happened to you in 2020, even the bad, because in the bad you got to learn to look for the good. Now, some people would say, Donna, what would you put on your list? Well, in 2020, I had my accident happen, right? But you got to learn to look for the good. It looked so good after they got done with it. And I can't say enough about porters. So they did excellent work. There's some good. There's always some, the sun always shines after the darkest cloud. There's a song by Jessie Coulter, And I think her late husband, Waylon Jennings, even sang with her on this song called Storms Never Last. Even in our darkest time, the storm never lasts. Why? The sun comes out and chases those storm clouds away. I want you to take this to the bank tonight. In your darkest time, they never last. It may seem like it lasts, but it doesn't. You'll get through it. You're strong, you're resilient, you got this. But what have you learned from all your trials and tribulations in 2020? You know, be grateful for the friends and family you still have to gather around the Thanksgiving table. Be grateful for those friends and family that you still have that you get to buy holiday gifts for, or the gift of time. That's such a rare gift because you can't go out to a department store and buy time off the shelf. You can't say, oh, you know what, time doesn't fit me, so I need to return it. You can't say, I can't go out and buy memories off the shelf to make during those holidays, because guess what? Holidays only come around one time in life. And if you're lucky, and if you're blessed enough, you'll be there to celebrate it. Don't take for granted one single solitary moment. This holiday season, I want you to think about a lot of things. And I'm going to leave you on this note tonight before I do the book review. But this is the end of the bombshell video here. I want you to think about the people who have lost loved ones to COVID, who have lost friends, co-workers, family members, neighbors, anyone to COVID, that wish they would have that opportunity to sit with them this holiday. I want you to stop, and I want you to be grateful for all those friends and family around you, especially for those families who are serving while their military is not blessed enough to be with them. And I want you to also think about those men and women who have a right to this wonderful country. They're fighting for our freedoms. They're fighting for our liberties. They're fighting for the very air that we breathe. This close to Veterans Day, more than ever, we need to say, be grateful for them. Grateful for their family who also serves. And we need to just stop being so selfish and so self-centered and be so grateful and thankful and blessed. With that, that's the end of this video. I can't bring it home anymore. I just really hope and I pray that my words do not fall on deaf ears. I hope and I pray. When Hillary lost in 2016, okay, I'm going to go on a little bit. Yes, I was famous for saying #NotMyPresident. I'm sure that the trumpets are going to go on record doing something to that nature. That's just their nature. I mean, look at what we went through with the last press conference he just did, late last night. But what I am saying is that's the past. We can't fix it. We can't erase it. What's done is done. But we can go forward and be better than what we were. This is the chance, the opportunity, if you will, to rise above, to be better than what you were. So, I always believe, and I'm a heavy believer, in second chances. And though he has made mistakes in his words and his actions, this is a fine time to go back and correct any mistakes. This is a fine time to be to respect the democracy of vote counting, to respect the men and women who are counting the votes and making sure the votes are done properly, not question them. They work sometimes. I've been watching CNN a lot. There's a lot of these people that look like they've been there at least 12 hours or more. I mean, come on, give these people credit. They're doing it for your voice, my voice, the military voice, all of the absentee votes. Let's look at, some of the people who didn't want to put themselves in harm's way of COVID and voted absentee. Let's look at that. The bigger picture is so much more important than just tunnel vision. I need especially all you trumpets to hear me out. Yes, you may not be winning, but you're not losing. We're going to go into a nation that will be united and not divided. We're going to go into a nation that there is no red and blue states. We're going to go into a nation where we're going to worry about every person's health care and make sure that health care is provided. This is the time to stand together and not divided. With that, book review next.